So again, this function is the number of people in millions compared to years after 2000. So the first question we need to ask ourselves is the year a function of cell phones sold, or cell phones sold a function of the year? What's a function? Yeah, the year changes the number of cell phones. So, who can tell me what A means in context? All right, Maddie.
In 2017, 2,320 million people owned a smartphone.
Actually got a 2 billion.
So this is what we've got. I'm actually going to go, if we're going to change thousands of millions to number, how many zeros do we need to add at the end? Well, yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we're going to go here. 2.3 billion. So I wanted to show you how I got from millions, thousands of millions to millions. Okay, so 2.3 billion. All right, B. What does B say in context, Sean?
10 years before 2000.
So I'm going to write this. I'm going to write 1990. There were no smartphones. So when I was 4, no smartphones. There were these things called car phones where my dad had like a briefcase with a phone in it. He plugged into the cigarette lighter in the car, and he could call people. Oh yeah, there still are cigarette lighters in cars. They just don't call them cigarette lighters. They call them like, you know, that like round charging thing. Yeah. Anyway. Okay. Number 2. What you're going to do, 2A and B now, is you're going to go the other way. You've got a sentence. You're going to write it in almost said punctation. Function notation. New word. Punctation. Function notation. I'm into it. New word. All right, let's check out this function notation. Who'd like to take a shot at it? All right, Ron.
All right, P and then 10 is equal to 296.
Okay, so let's try this out.
Oh, 0.6.
Yeah, I was good. Okay. So that's the number in millions because we had moved this decimal 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 times, right? Okay. So this says 10 years after, there's 296.6 million. So look at that difference from 10 to 17. It's a big difference, right? 296 million up to 2.3 billion.
15 to 17.
Okay, let's look at 15. Who's got function notation for 15 or for 2015 for me? All right, Ivy.
P of 15 equals 1,860.
Yeah, million. Yeah, 1,860 millions. The word millions, right? Yeah, that's it. So yeah, look at that from 15 to 17.
It's pretty great.
Almost double in 2 years. Been a good time to own some stock, eh?
Not double, more like
Yeah, I'm speaking like very general. Yeah. Okay, so what we're going to do to see like how the numbers actually change is we have 4 reference points right now, right? We got 17 years after, 10 years before. We've got 10 years after and 15 years after. I want you to graph those. Sorry, skipped a step. 3, May. Let's talk about May. We don't need to send you on your own. So who can explain what May's function says? And there's going to be a function like this on your homework, by the way. Similar. What is it saying to us, this function notation for May? Yeah, JP?
I don't really know.
What does T stand for?
time.
Time. So the function of...
Years.
So it's saying after how much time? We don't know the time, right?
Was there a billion?
How much? 1,000 million is how much?
1 billion.
1 billion. So really what May is saying is, how many years after 2000 will there be a billion sold? Okay? Now, so that's what I just said what it is. I'm going to put question years for my writing purposes. Okay? Is 4 a possible answer for that?
2004?
Yeah, 2004?
No.
How do we know?
Because if you look back to 2010, there was still less than a million.
Yeah, there's less than a billion in 2010, and it looks like this is going up, right?
So that means it's
So-
between 10 and 15.
No. Yeah, I like that. Between 10 and 15. It looks like it's going to happen somewhere in there. So, what I want you to do is use the information provided to sketch out the function of this. Now, we know it's a function because in any given year, there's not two different amounts bought. In 1 year, there's one. This is a function. So sketch it out for me. Get a little sketchy. Hey,
Not much of it.
so the furthest back in time I can go is 10 years, right? So you could do these in any order, but I'm going to go furthest back in time. So the next point in time I have is 10 years. And how many is in 10 years? 296.6 million? Wow, this is crazy because it like doesn't look like it goes up that much, right? And what's next? 15?
Yep.
15 years, I've got 1,860 million.
It just goes up right at like 2050.
So it's like up in here.
Why is it?
And then in 2017, I got 1.8 billion or 1,000. Was it year 17? Yep.
Yeah, no, you're 50.
1,860? No.
No, that's your 50.
I gotta look at the board because I'm zoomed in to make this
That's
happen.
your
Oh yeah, 2017 is 2.3,
I'm gonna tell you it's
Where's 2017?
right in here. So, look at this. From here to here, it's like, and this wouldn't be exact, right? We don't know when it started going up. It could stay flatter. Then all of a sudden, boom, went nuts.
How'd you get that?
This one right here,
That's 15.
15 years,
And then there's 17. And then
15, 1,086.
1,860.
Then you have 17.
And then we have year 17. So this is definitely the big tech boom of smartphones where we went from only, some people having it to like the masses, right? It's kind of cool. You can see it in this graph. Now this one, I'm actually guessing this one stays lower for a while and then goes up, but we don't have enough data, so I just connected dots. And that's really how it went. You guys probably don't remember it, but that's really how it went. I need your help making sense of these function notations. So, a W of 0, who can tell me what that means in context? Sean?
The water
That's your seat.
So water is 72 degrees at 0 minutes. So that makes sense. That's like some room temperature situation. I'm going to put a dot right there. Next. We're going to go, yours is a little different. Let's go on yours. Is yours the same for B? Who can tell me what B means?
Oh, yeah. I think I
Zeph?
E means after 5 minutes have passed, the temperature is greater than when after 2 minutes.
Yeah, so that means the temperature is increasing. That's what I'm going to, I can't graph that yet because that doesn't give me a point, but it means it's going up, right?
Yes.
Okay, what does C mean? Olivia?
The water is 212 degrees at 10 minutes.
212 at 10 minutes, which means I can graph that. So 212 is somewhere like here. And then this one's not on the slide for some reason. Or is D the same? On yours, is D the same?
yeah.
Okay, so what does D tell me?
I got
Yeah, G.
D is not the same.
Oh, so D on yours says what? It says
W.
the function of 12 is the same as the function of 10?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, which tells me
After 10 minutes and after 12 minutes,
it's the same right here, right? Okay, so here's where I am. It's going up, then it stays the same. Why doesn't it get hotter than 212? Do you guys know the science? What happens, Rap? It turns into steam, boils, which is a cooling thing, or stays the same thing, right? So that's why after 212 it doesn't change. It's also why Instant Pots can cook junk fast. Under pressure, the boiling point is a higher temperature because it's pushing down on it, so then it cooks faster because it's much hotter. Under pressure. Anyway, and then E. Who can tell me what E means? Ivy?
The temperature at 0 minutes, or I guess 72,
Yeah.
is less than the temperature at 30.
Yeah, so I just picked one here at 100. There's other values here that could have worked. You also could have went, maybe you stayed at that same temperature longer and then went down to something else that is really what it has to be is it has to be at 30, it has to be less than at 15 minutes, it has to be more than 0, right? There's other answers that work. I just liked 100. It's just a nice number, I felt like. All right? We good? Okay.